Habari ya leo?
Salimie Mr. Ndali.
Mzima? Unaendelea, umeamkaje?
Safi.
Sisi tumeamka, ni shughuli za maisha mzee wangu. Cha Mungu atupiganie.
Safi.
Nakubuli. Guys, here we are. Ya kiore. Mambo iko chonjo?
Iko chonjo.
Mbona umekuwa kama mwenye utaki? Nini mbaya?
Wewe nipe. Haki ya Mungu ataruri neguri gaisigano akure.
Bona mbe sasa kayombe katarenge ku platform sasa ibo.
Poro yake.
Mambo iko chonjo. Kila kitu iko sawa.
Murataha gachiri churoni na tukayahika.
Icho.
Bona wambe basagi tukire. Basari chimba.
Sasa tabu iko wapi?
Sina uwezo kuchimba. Churoni mbasana atukire, lakini sina uwezo mukoge haracha mona wa.
Sasa tabu ne here. Kana bona toko okogora nani simiti misukwe.
Bona ndanyo tani chimbira. Nitoe wapi chokolo?
Sasa ati yangu vuli. Iroma ryo horre.
Iko twenduone wiki nemba sa tukire.
Sasa boneki bako erare gutukana atare kumanya narahagaje.
We nare utarajiga narahagaje.
Lakini wiki nkike bambe ndaw narahagaje.
John. Habari ya leo?
Salimie Mr. Ndali.
Mzima? Unaendelea, umeamkaje?
Safi.
Sisi tumeamka, ni shughuli za maisha mzee wangu. Cha Mungu atupiganie.
Safi.
Nakubuliga. Erare gutukirishimu. Tare kumanya narahagaje.
Mono na tukire so kya kabire kroko ya skuli.
So egategero hayo.
Lakini yahikire.
Ilifika chini. Sasa ni kuimalizia tu.
Okwagaja tu.
Haya. Wacha nitaongea na Chris the Great. Chenge. Stukumutuna.
Lakini Chenge simtaki.
Chenge umtaki tena.
Kwa maisha yangu Chenge simtaki.
Nini mbaya na Chenge?
Ano wata iganki isimu wegurero rakere ante ibiri tata.
Nkeke bebi wiki.
Gintu wegure agante bigarure hatera kunywa amarwa.
Ndwara ko hisi.
Ndwara ngisimu.
Iyo ni iko sawa.
Skiza. Mura na mujiburuga na nyoya amaro utare iboro.
Uri kunywa pombe. Sasa tabu iko wapi? Sasa acha nikuulize. Ukiwacha pombe, alikwambia wacha pombe akununulie simu.
Isimu yo.
Sasa kununulie, sasa alikwambia.
Nayambe monde tere hapa yamara.
Umeacha pombe?
Haki ya Mungu.
Na jana niliona ukikatakata fence mbona?
Ni ngombe na are nyori yitemero ugeni ngo.
Kimone panga. Yes. Yesterday. Jana ulichukua panga. Jana lakini ulichukua panga ukaenda kukata waya. Ni kwa sababu
sasa ibinto bira hatu orayo mai. Bobo hene tibirenge. Yani mura. Unagisongo kuruhana hara. Uninka babuliga. Bona enle face le moto.
So haya. Muchande mbai. Muchande tutura.
Ngeto nika. Ndetere simu.
Umeacha pombe.
Nienda gotemera haki ya Mungu ngotega wewe. Ipi? Uko wapi?
Konki.
Niambie.
Sawa. Haya. Yo acha nakuja huko tuongea sasa.
Kenyo ndetere simu.
Haya, simu. Haya, sawa. Wacha niongee na Chris the Great tuongee mawazo pamoja.
Gintu nilete simu baba.
Sawa. Kwere.
Kondetoro.
Haya, sawa. Nguchande unumwene. Nguchande.
Na tingu tururu simu fake.
No fakeness. No sim fake. No phone which is fake. Haya. Nguchande hara.
Unakuja ama huji?
Nakuja.
Chokolo.
Mambo iko sawa. Haya. Safi.
Tiga nikare konu ikongori simu.
Si sasa iko nega simu tunankora. Amanya.
unaniletea simu.
Ndakuletea simu.
Twena Mungu moja.
Haki, sina.
Twena Mungu.
Kuapa jina la Mungu saa hii namna gani?
Hapa baba yuko udogo.
Kuapa hiyo hairuhusiwi.
Kwa hivyo
mimi si nimekuambia tunaweka hiyo mchakato pamoja. Simu Chris the Great ndo aliambiwa nakuletea simu. Ukiacha tu pombe. Sasa mimi nataka nimwambie umeacha pombe.
Basi nimeacha pombe.
Haya, waacha basi niende nimwambie umeacha nini? Pombe.
Kimbi mwambie nimeacha.
Haya, sawa.
Chokola ameacha pombe.
Safi. Nguchande.
Lakini ndaenda nyo hike.
Haya ngunyori. Haya, sawa nguchande. Mami kwa sawa, nguchande.
Taya Mungu mocho usoma chichokolo.
Haya, sawa.
Ndeteru simu ni hatu ni tuasiliana ngotega gintu. Hapa
mambo iko sawa. Haya nishikie and everything is just running very good, eh? So everything is just going very meticulous. So everything is just good, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. So how is everything?
Everything is good.
Exactly. So everything is nice? Yeah.
Where are you heading to?
I'm heading to the road here a little bit. I'm gonna be having a little bit of the problems here.
Yeah.
That again, the road is bringing some of the shenanigans. Talk about the shenanigans.
Okay.
Exactly. So I think about there's a problem still that we have to handle and also estimate, because yesterday I saw some of the things that are not good here and there, and we're gonna be solving them once and for all.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also I saw yesterday it was your path. And you had to pay the cow that was stolen from your home.
Yeah.
And they reportedly, they said that that kind of the cow was, it was stolen with your own family.
Yeah.
So you had to pay it. So at that kind of the... Hello, beautiful internet, wherever you are, welcome back to this kind of the session again, coming one-on-one live at this kind of the portfolio to understand what's really roaming and what's really coming out from this kind of the section, because things are still roaming out and things are still not conducive at this kind of the pathway, because already talk about the other road that has been tanganized. Talk about Amaro talked about they have been buying a road. It's already blocked because the owner of that plot has refused that he cannot give out the road. So right now, let me put this kind of the effectiveness from that kind of the portfolio, so you can just understand what's really popping out, because things are not normal the way they were just planning. So today we have a scenario. I want to be coming back to this kind of the scenario whereby they have forced again to pass through that kind of the road, and already now again a case has been filed talking about they're now trespassing to somebody's plot because he has blocked, and the Mwango and also Maro, they were just there, and also Uncle Mo, I've heard it that they went to talk about they have to pass whether he likes or not. So at that artifact I can say that Mr. Matiko has gone to the police station to understand what's really popping out. And I said it at first, what are we doing as people? What are we forcing? Why can't we use the law? And also we use a moment that you are talk about a bigger person, or you have talk about you have a say. Sometimes you can just handle much of 2-3 shenanigans and pogroms and make it happen, because it's something which is a little bit weird whenever we talk about how it's going to be coming. But everything has to go on as far as everything is in concern, and I think at this kind of the point they understand, because today the material have just come in, but they could not get that kind of the good moment to elite-betly talk about get to the site, because the owner of the plot refused, because the material had already got there. So the road that they bought here, it's a little bit not still, it's not ready for the use, because it's bringing still much of the shenanigans and telenovela. So at that kind of an artifact, we can say that still there is much of the things to be discussed here before things come to the conclusion of the time. That is the best way for handling much of the matters down and making it happen. Well, Mnyangares. Yeah. The road is awesome here. Meticulous. So they are cutting much of the trees down here to make it happen at this kind of an artifact portfolio. And I think the owner of this kind of the plot is talking about things going to be getting a little bit worse here. But the condition has to go on. Talk about if it's a road, sometimes we say that, yes, it might bring much of the shenanigans. Let's talk about this kind of an issue. Like talking about something like handling much of the matters in a way that it's so straightforward, not in a complicated manner, in such kind of a responsibility. So it's something that it will create much of a pathway to much of the people, and also such kind of the things, and it's a development, but today it has not been fully developed. That's why they used the other road, so they can just make it happen. That's kind of an artwork I talk about. They have to talk so as they can just consume or use somebody's asset also at that kind of the point. And I understand that is the way forward to make it happen, because every movement is just more fantastic. So this is very nice here, and let them do it. And as far as every spot is not spotted badly, that's what we need. And the road is the nature, and that is the best way for it to go on, because if we have the road going on, and talk about a road is something which is confidential. It's just made for everybody. Not that the road is made for one person, but you can sort this kind of the issues out. Like today again, they're going to be causing mayhem and causing much of the trouble from each and every kind of the section. Talk about today, because the materials have arrived, and talk about maybe the road has not been created, and you have to talk about, okay, this is what I want to do at this kind of the portfolio, or this is what I want to do at this kind of the spot, and make it happen. Because if you put the thoughts together, you can solidize much of the things. Talk about, okay, you have this kind of the thing to solve, you have the other thing to solve. So at that pathway, you can understand that everything is moving more fantastic, califragistically very nice, and everything will just follow the nice route, and no much of the mayhem, no much of the contradictions from east, west, and south. That is it. So today, developing stories from the village is a little bit of again the road, because they're going to be making sure that the road is formulated, and also much of the materials are getting to the site. That is the main effort. But again, what's really popping out, because Mr. Matiko is talking about you're going to be getting to the police station. For what purpose, and how is it going to be handled again? Because we have ever been talking about police now and again, because he was there in Nyabuhansi police station to talk about he has been hijacked, talk about trespassing and much more. But it's something that they can just put down and handle and make it happen, because it's something which is a small thing for them to solidarize and also make it happen, because it's a small issue that can just bring me maybe sometimes, but you can solidarize it in a better way, in a better thing, that there's no much of creating much of the mayhem maybe at that kind of the portfolio, and it's so much. So the good thing is, if the road gonna be there, it's gonna be so fantastic. Much of the people are gonna be developing from inside here. But we can talk about it's something whenever somebody says that, oh, this kind of the road, why are there people paid and we are not paid? Oh no, this kind of the thing will not go good. So they try themselves to talk about, even me, I need the money, so as I can just give out the road. And why are you paying other people and you cannot pay me? It's a tit for tat. You pay them as you pay me too, so as you can just make sure that the road gonna be passing. That is what much of the people need at the ground. But absolutely, people don't understand such kind of a way. And I'm heading to this kind of the road, because already today they have passed, and Mr. Matiko said that they have trespassed without his own consent, and he needs to understand why they are not doing what is necessary at this kind of the point, because they are forcing things to happen. So that is what is causing much of the problems, and also they have tried the best, because Mr. Matiko, the good thing he did is to block the way, to make sure that it cannot be passable at this kind of the area. But the guy of the truck had to penetrate in a very small pathway, because they had to break somebody's fence to make sure that that trolley is passing, so they can just drive or deliver much of the materials to the site. And also I've met with Mwango there, and they are going to town at that kind of the moment. And she was looking at me like like an empty bowl. So, but the good fact is I have to report what is really happening. I'm not bothered about whatever you talk about it. And this is the statement. Talk about now the truck has come and it never had much of its own way. So it had to press it at this kind of, talk about very, very near at this kind of the place and make sure that it's not touching this kind of the trees here. So the breaking news that is coming right now is that they want to now block it fully. Talk about from that kind of the pathway until so they can just go hand in hand with their moment of understanding, because you can understand much of the people they don't want such kind of the things of talking about, oh, this is how it's gonna be, this is how it's gonna come, but the absolute way of solidarizing this kind of the things is via understanding each other and making it happen. And that is the only way that is now Mulimi passing there very meticulously, and they are drunk 24/7. Yeah? But yesterday I said that I'm going to be covering here to cover it up, talking about what happened with the father to Anesto, because he was cutting the fence, and he has told me that he never liked Chris the Great. I don't know why whenever you are helped, because this road was bringing money to the father to Anesto. So at that artifact, he was even telling me that oh, Gintu, there's a toilet that Obasa started and dug the hole, but it has not been constructed. So he was telling that I can just chip in and help them a little bit there. But I asked him about why are you talking about the toilet and they started it? Why couldn't they finish it? Because I always start and finish. So I cannot talk about I'm going to be finishing somebody's project, because I don't know how and which kind of the matters did they put together to make it happen. So at this artifact, I can say that it's something which is contradicting still, because the road was giving them money. So right now, there's no money that is brought to this kind of the Theistic Moment. So the father to Anesto is feeling like he has been mistreated with this kind of Chris the Great maybe. And yesterday, the wire that was being cut, you can understand that, look at this kind of the tree, the pole, it had been removed, because he's saying that he was cutting this kind of the wire. That's why it's just hinging here, and you can understand what I mean. So this artifact, I can say that they are talking about Chris the Great talk about from one tree to another. It was a very big distance that is talking about. You understand, he was conversing with me in Korea, and I asked about what is it, because look at here. So it's already cut. So if it's already cut, it means that already this kind of the project is tempered with. And I tried to look for, you can see, it's already tempered on. You can see it. So there's nothing there again. So at that fact, you can understand that things are not happening very meticulously here. So they're talking about including, I don't know if Anesto was available. Whenever I just today I was just looking for him. So as we can just put our thoughts together. But the defect that is coming out is they say that this kind of the fence was put a very far distance. So Chris the Great, can you consult about it and check on how to make sure that you are coming to rectify if they are not satisfied with whatever you did? So you have to handle this kind of the 2-3 things very smoothly, because they're talking about the fence is a little bit far, and it's going to be leaving much of the space provided. Talk about even if you understand, whenever things are done meticulously, like you can put another pole. Talk about from this pole to another pole, it's a little bit of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's around 4 meters, and approximately it can just be like 2 meters. So insert some of the small poles inside here, and just put talk about nail them to make sure that nail it to make sure that everything is just running good, so they cannot bring much of the mayhem. Because also I don't know if they are satisfied with whatever you did. I don't know if you went across and talked about it. So at that kind of an artifact, you have to understand that that is what is now roaming out from the village. So you can see from this pole here to another pole, it's a very far distance. So come and rectify it a little bit, so as everything will just be handled more properly here. So at that artifact, I can say that you can just get much of the tension from each party, because they are now claiming, talk about from this pole from that pole there to this pole, it's about 5 meters, which is a long distance. Talk about even the wire, it's not it's loosely attached at the middle here, so anything can just happen. Even me, I can insert it and I can just pass. So they want it to be in a constant way of making sure that everything is just rectified more properly. So everything is just coming good the way everything has been handled, and I can just say it and I can pinpoint it that everything is just roaming more meticulous. So let me talk about where the road is coming to join. This is where the road is going to be coming to join that Maro they bought, and they are just complaining about they have bought a road which is going to be coming to this kind of an area. Yeah, as far as everything is pinpointed, the way it has been pinpointed already, the truck has passed here, and that's where they planted much of the sisal. And you understand, into the village here, it's just a way of creating. We can talk about something like creating much of the money. You can have to come here and talk about, I want to be planting this stuffs here, talk about maybe the sisal at the road, so they can just block this kind of the people not to pass. For us, or for you to trigger much of the donation or trigger much of the money, for you to get the money and pay you before they can just pass, because when you put a sisal somewhere, it means that you are blocking that road. So already they have passed here. You can see already even the sisal has been dismantled here, so you can understand that already they have put something small. Because when I said that this kind of the road going to be bringing much of the problems here, it is now occurring to have such kind of the problems east, west and south, because we have to understand how the protocol is running. So as far as everything is in concern, we said it that the road they're going to be having or developing from this side, it's going to be helping much of the people also, whoever they think that okay, from the upper section it's blocked. So this road going to be helping much of the people here to use it in a normal way, in every kind of the way they need to use it, in a way that everything gonna be so fantastic here. So when I go to the far section, so as I can just cut here across, because already the truck is passing, and you can understand that already they have put their thoughts together, so as they can just make sure that everything is passing more meticulous, without an absolute way of talking about, oh, it's gonna be bringing some of the shenanigans and whatever. So at this kind of the mode, you can say that everything is running more equitably, and now the trucks are passing. So they have already, I said they're going to be putting their own thoughts with the family members who are just associated with the road, to make sure they're going to be allowed to pass, because what we need is the material to reach the site. I know everybody is struggling to make it happen, but also the Mwango is trying to make sure that the materials are going to be reaching at the site, which is the best way for them to do. But an absolute, we have some of the postquams, interquams, and talk about we have some of the meanders that are going to be giving you a headache at that kind of the position, to make sure that you are not satisfied with whatever you are doing or whatever. So not everybody will ever like you. Much of the people have to understand it, that whenever you are doing development, not everybody likes whatever you are doing. So the Mwango has to understand it, that whenever she's doing the construction here, not everybody is happy about it. Much of the people are talking about how is it going to be happening at this kind of the rate, how going to be it this way, and every kind of the position to make it happen. So at that kind of an artifact, I can say that that is the module of making it happen. Already the truck is just passing to make sure that they have already absolutely talked to Safi. They have already talked from the upper section of where the road is coming from Mr. Matiko, so they can just pass, because it's something which is very, we can call it very urgent, because if the materials want to get to the site, they have to go to the site, because the Mwango site is there, so they have to reach with an immediate effect. So at that cost, I can say that we are trying our best to make sure that everything is happening, but we have to understand what's really popping out from one position to another, and that is an artifact that is just blowing from one position to another, and that is the regular thing that I can just talk about at this kind of the time. And from this kind of the position, we can say that there's another road that is always passing from one position to another. So as you can just declusify understand which kind of the program is it passing through, and how is it passing, and at which rate is it passing. I know there are much of the boys right now here, they're waiting to see if Gintu want to be passing, and they want to absolutely talk about, oh, we're going to be doing whatever they think about they're going to be doing, but that is absolutely way of understanding each and every kind of the section. So at that artifact, I say that let us handle much of the matters east, west, and south. And the close fire, we have it coming. And there's no much of misunderstanding, whatever. Everything has to come out more clearly. Hello? Jambo Kenya. Gante megazi ninche. Tunasema fence ile yako mbali. Oh, sasa irudishwe kidogo, si ndio? Simu nimekuambia nitaenda kumwambia umeacha pombe. Alete, si ndio? Yeah, so guys, we are handling it, and that is the artifact that is coming out at each and every kind of the position. So keep it tuned. I'm gonna be updating you what's gonna be coming on now and again, because this is just the beginning. Tuko online, tuko one-on-one hapa. So Mr. Chris the Great, let me ask you one question, eh?
Yeah.
There's yesterday I saw the father to Anesto, and he was complaining a little bit here, and cutting the fence that you placed there for the, I can talk about the security pattern between Anesto and Getangita's plot. Eh? And is a little bit contradicting much of the issues here and there. So have you understood that there's a complication between Anesto's father?
I'm getting that from you right now.
Okay.
Let me ask you, so have he demolished the fence?
No, he was about to demolish it because it remained a little bit, but he was about to uproot the first post that is onto his own home, so they can just, and he was a little bit using the panga to cut the wires. So I don't know what's the defect, or do you know anything about it?
Actually, I don't know anything. Was he drunk?
More than.
He was so drunk.
He was so drunk, more than even drunk. Yeah.
What I can say that's to, you know, once you do not spend money on something, you don't feel the pain of that money.
Yeah, sure.
That fence has really cost us a lot of money.
Okay.
And the dad told me that the spacing is not correct.
Okay, the spacing.
Yeah, the spacing is so big. But I told him that we still have a budget of coming to fence the entire plot.
Exactly.
So let us first fence the place that is in a danger zone with the posts that we have.
Okay.
Then when we will come now to collect the whole compound and fences, we will fill in the posts.
Okay.
And the fence has been moving on very well.
Okay.
I don't think even there is any problem.
Okay.
But at a point of him getting drunk and coming to destroy the fence, and that is another person's money that that person decided to give out willingly.
Exactly.
It's so bad, and I'm also seeing that one. They are not even encouraging me to stand for them.
Exactly.
They are not encouraging me to help them. They are not showing me any help.
Okay.
As I'm talking to you, I've been getting some comments about those people are denying me. So it has just come to my concern that am I forcing myself over there?
Okay.
And that thing has really hit my heart badly.
Okay.
To an extent of seeing a person whom we are helping going ahead destroying the fence.
Okay.
It's so traumatizing. I'm so much disappointed. Let me tell you, I'm so much disappointed because I can feel the pain of that person.
Who sponsored? Who sponsored it?
Yeah, even him, Baba Gitangita himself, was part of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I felt very bad. I felt very bad. I don't know why
the question is always rising, even right now. He's so drunk, and I could not put him onto the platform because I understand that he will how the condition he is right now, and the fact is saying that you promised him a phone.
Yeah.
And I asked him that you were told the condition that you have to make sure that you are not taking liquor anymore, and the phone will come. But he's now singing that kind of the subject every time and then. And from that kind of the portfolio also, talk about the fence is talking about it was having so much gap. So you have said that you're going to be coming for the second round to rectify everything, because you wanted to make sure that the security pattern is there at where there is much of the grudges from.
Yeah.
So at that portfolio, I can just say that that is the breaking news that are just still onto the village here, and also much of the things are still coming. So you have said one thing that I'm still not getting very clearly. You say that the family members are not with you. Is it the fact you are saying?
From the comment section,
Yeah.
you know, I go through the comments.
Yeah.
I got a comment saying that you are a fool.
Uh-huh.
How can you fight for a family that does not know you? And at the back,
Uh-huh.
they speak evil about you. We
Okay.
know you fail your route. That's the comment, and it hurt me. So let me talk about the phone.
Okay.
We gave Baba Getagitas a phone.
Uh-huh.
It was a very good phone.
Uh-huh.
The man used it
Uh-huh.
very well. Then eventually, because of his drug habits,
Uh-huh.
the phone he sold it to Urime Dono.
Uh-huh.
Then we saw it was not right for him to stay without a phone.
Okay.
I told him that he asked for the phone again.
Mm-hmm.
I called the person. I told her that Baba Murimi wants a phone.
Exactly.
And everything was in a place to get him a phone.
Okay.
Then when it came on Thursday, because I was not supposed to get the money for the phone on Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And that Thursday, Gint, we were with you.
Exactly.
And we saw how the man was drunk. What did I tell the man?
You said that whenever you will leave taking liquor, you will buy him a phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I went ahead and stopped that person from sending the phone.
Yeah.
I told that person that let us give this man at least 1 week or two weeks, we see
Okay.
if we can give him the phone, so that I don't want the same scenario that you've seen through the fence happening again to the phone.
Yeah, sure.
So we had to stop the blacks of the phone.
Okay.
And the phone that is looking for a smartphone. And you know how expensive the phone is, then you see the phone being destroyed.
Yeah, sure.
So I think now that has combined the bitterness of him going to approach the fence.
Okay.
I can combine that.
Exactly.
And I'm very much disappointed, Mr. Gint. You can feel even my pain.
So the good fact is you'll have to talk to the family again, and don't lose the morale. You understand, maybe it's liquor which is bringing this kind of the problems, and you can never know, because let me tell you one thing that you have to understand. You know, after the road had been blocked, that no one could just be passing, you know that Maro family was paying him money as he offered them the road to pass. You understand it? So when the road was blocked, so it means that there's no money that's going to be given out, because they're going to be formulating their own road. You understand it?
Yeah.
So already is getting that kind of a defect of getting money in a way that he thinks about maybe he has been cut short because of such kind of the condition of the road is not passing. So you have to understand much of the scenarios, how they come and how they always being preferred outside here, because he is not maybe feeling good because of that road was earning him a little bit of something to go and leak. And also today, as I met him, he was so drunk, very, very drunk. And he told me that, oh, can you stop there, whatever, east, west and south. And the Congrats dad passed and found us, we are talking. And he greeted talk about the Anesto father only, and told him that everything will be good. So at that fact, I understand there is a very good communication between that family and how they're going to be doing much of their own interrogative issues, so they can just do whatever they need to do using those kind of the people. And the liquor is what they are using to make sure that they are altering their body functioning, so that they can just use them the way they need, including Murimi. You understand what's happening, man?
Yeah, tried.
Yeah, so at that artifact, you have to understand that they will not have a good way of with you. And because the money is not theirs that has done that kind of the work, so they will not feel that pain because the money is not theirs. You have to understand it first.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly. So you will just communicate with them so you can just solve 2-3 issues here so they cannot talk about ABCD and whatever.
Okay, that's good. But for me, Gint, what I can say is just you sit back and you watch. I have that principle of mine.
Okay.
When you take me for granted, I just sit back and watch.
Exactly.
Then when you will come back to your senses, you will look for me.
You will understand what was being done.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
And for me, what I can say that I did my level best.
Yeah.
I did what I was supposed to do correctly.
Yeah.
And the issue of the phone that is complaining, I don't have that money. I said, let us wait for that man at least. Because Gint, we cannot give a drunkard man a phone. Then at long last, he destroys the phone.
Exactly.
It's so painful.
Or he will go and lease it and drink.
There is a time that he leased the phone, the first phone. I came here and gave the money back again. He was given the phone back.
Okay.
So let me say that I know the reactors will take over this.
Yeah.
There is no problem.
Okay.
But for me, I will stand with the community now. Let me say community. As you see right now, even why I called you here, in fact, it was not about even the news. I wanted to give you another news.
Okay.
That you are supposed to follow up in Migori, because I'm in Nairobi and you are supposed to be in Migori following these things up.
Okay, give me the data.
No, now, are you recording?
Okay, I'll have to put it off so they can just continue.
Yeah, I will call you.
The homes that are attached in each and every kind of the spot could get electricity. That one we don't have to lie. So this kind of the poles, still they're here. And even they were put this kind of the sticker. Talk about PME, because it's just the main talk about line that was created here with the electrical people. Talk about the organization on itself. And he used 250,000 to drive this electricity where? To the villa. And that is how it was. But what made it not to reach here is because it's far away from Matiko's home. You have to understand it. Because Matiko's home is 600 already. That 600 is where that transformer has to reach. But Maro was complaining, no, I want this electricity to reach my home because it's just here. I have a line created here. But much of the people, how they don't understand, don't talk about you did actual science. That is not a problem. The problem is, do you understand the strategy? The next tree, it's here in Uncle Mo's home. And it has been used. Because it was being used, you can see a dropping cable, it's there, and it has been used to and Uncle Mo was using it also to make sure that everything is running, because that is the tree inside Uncle Mo's home. Because I said it was passing and helping much of the people, because if it was passing through your home, you could just do something called a dropping cable only, which was being used there to make sure that you can get electricity. So from that point, you can understand that electricity is coming from so far distance, from Nyabuhansa, 1.4 kilometers to reach to Amaro. And when the transformer got burnt and it just spoiled and no electricity was in Nyabuhansa for 2 months, people complained that Amaro is the one who is consuming and it's in a far end. And how did it reach here? It's because of the connection and money. So you have to understand that kind of a strategy. So at this point, it came to this kind of the spot. It went to Mayuguno. That's how it is. That's the Mayuguno's place. And this kind of the tree, it dropped at this kind of the spot. And because I told you that it's just dropping cables. So it could be more effective that this kind of the people, there are so many. Talk about right now, there's a home here, there's a home to this kind of the side. There are so many homes that rely on this electricity. But it is coming from far. So much of the people can complain that, oh, electricity is coming. Oh, we have some of the poles here. Maybe the wires are here. But where is the electricity coming from? It's very very, very far spot. So at this point, you can pinpoint that there was a very big problem whenever it comes to electrification at this kind of the moment, because this is another tree, so a little bit crazy, and it's still persisting with much of how it is. But the problem is they don't have some supportive wires that could be supporting them to as it cannot have much of the contemplement, so as it can just be working properly. So at that esquire, you can understand that there was a little bit of a failure, because right now here some of the cables are still lying down. What is the main aim? Because electricity was coming, and these are just the cables here. They're just lying down at this esquire to make sure that things are not working properly. You can see the wires there, and they're just at that kind of the spot to make sure that no electricity right now is coming here, because even there's a pole that is down. So how could it be? And you can answer the question very simply. And when you hear some of Mambo, when you hear much of the people talking about, oh, electricity could be there, but the problem is A, B, C, D. Let me show you where the pole is. This is a internet cable. This is electrical cables here. You can see them. These are a tree. Talk about a pole has just slapped down here, and you can understand it has been spoiled using the anti-safari ants here. So this is the pole. It has been cut, or it just fall down because of its own a way of talking about it has rot and it has fallen down. So when we talk about that is a little bit of the problems that are encountered up to this kind of the spot. We have reached where electricity was coming. So when we come to this kind of the spot, I'm going to be saying this. This village has a lot of people. Talk about more than 100 families here, and that spot we can say about is this kind of the community could be more favorable if they could have gotten their own transformer, so they cannot rely and talk about, oh, much of the people have made it, not me to get it. Marhaba, muko poa? Haya haya, mnyamaze. Haya, shh, nikimaliza tuongee, si ndio? Haya. So guys, at this point I can now pinpoint and talk about it's in a way that much of the people have to understand that how is the strategy and how is everything moving from one place, from one pathway until you exit to each and every department. So this portfolio I can talk about is when electricity was being placed here, you understand that you can just use money for you to get it. But when that they said that you can create your own, and we can just create one of the line that you can get electricity onto your home, they said that it's too expensive, including they had to do a contribution that they could buy much of the solar system, including understanding that Amaro himself told me that this kind of the solar system, they're gonna be expanding it so they can sell electricity to solar electricity to much of the villagers here. And why is it coming that way? Because he has been contributed to buy it. Why is he showing that again he had to make the solar system and again disburse much of the electricity to various spots, various homes at this kind of the esquire? It's something that much of the people should use common obrangata, that this village, they could have written much of the names. I asked it from the MCA, talk about the member of talk about the member of the county assembly, and I asked him why is Guitacho, this is the area I said Guitacho is called, and why is it not having electricity? Because there are so many homes, including YouTubers, they are constructing. There are so many plots here have been bought with different people, different categories of people, and they're just living. And much of the people come and put there a small section, and still there's bars to make sure that everything is going to be coming out. So at that pinpointment, you can say that it's in a way of understanding that even Amaro, I was there when he called the area MP. I was there. You can take it to the bank. He asked that, okay, hey, the area MP, please, why I'm not having electricity? I've worked, they're talking about, and they took it as a political, because when we said that Amaro is not having electricity and it has been cut because of spoiling those kind of the transformers, he said that it is political, and he saw it. The transformers were getting burnt, and he was having so many machines here that were operating, and to operate with such kind of the transformer from Nyamwasa 1.4 kilometers, it was very, very far. So he had to to do something better, to make sure that is buying a transformer and be placed here. So what is making things to be harder is whereby much of the people are saying that this kind of the company is saying that this transformer that you'll buy and put it at a position, it's gonna be a little bit of a headache. Why is it? That transformer, it will not be yours, but it will supplement. But the transformer will be at your own compound, but it will supplement. You will get maybe they're calling it a three-way line or whatever they're gonna be calling it, a three-phase or whatever, two-phase and whatever, and you're gonna not be handling it alone. Other people will be having electricity from one position to another, which is gonna be a little bit difficult for him to say that I'm the one who has powered this kind of the transformer that will be helping us to move forward from this pathway to another. So which brought a little bit of a headache at that kind of the time, and they had to cut it. So let me say this one. When we were handling this kind of the electricity problem, and I was there as among us the people who are called so as you can just handle this kind of electricity problem, I was there. And when we reached at Mr. Matik was there, they started arguing that, oh, this kind of electricity is going to be, it cannot go exceeding 600 meters, but he was complaining so hard. Even he took them to come and see if his own meters are reading on his name. But the meters that he's using still, they were not meant for his name. He was already hooked up with the engineer who was there. He can take it to the bank because they are there. Two of them, the first one, it got burnt. The second one, it's because you can understand, how can a meter be burnt? It's because of power on surge, or there's I talk about a problem with the line, talk about the electricity problem. So that is the point that much of the people can place it and show and understand that that is the Mambo. Yuko. So that's the point you can understand that that is how the things are moving from one pathway to another. At that statement, we can understand ourselves and place it to whatever we want to be placing it. So at this rate, you can understand how things are running. Now you can understand how is the problem is coming, and when we have ever been talking about we're going to be having electricity coming to this kind of a zone, talk about a new transformer going to be coming, it's going to be helping the whole village. But if you are a person who has a hike and you can talk about how things going to be happening, he could be one of the members who could be pressing and talking about we want electricity to the whole village, not at your own beneficial. That will be so fantastic at that kind of the caliber, and you can talk about that is the best way for us to handle such kind of the matters. But don't talk about it's only you have to benefit. What about others? And if you say about what about others, because there are so many families that cannot raise it. Not everybody is capable of raising such kind of the money. Not everybody is capable of getting the money you are getting. Not everybody is capable of getting talk about the donations the way you're going to be getting. So at times use the talk about the way you are, the way you're going to be, because you are a celebrity, to help other people struggle and make it happen. At that point, we can say that it's one of the best way for us to move and make it happen, because we are we and we shall be we when we're going to be making it and coming out more focused.